Evening to all viewers and listeners to this most popular and informative program. This program today is historic, if only for two reasons. One, it commences the 2022 series of Leadership Matters, and two, we are commemorating, and it coincides with the 7th anniversary of the Team Unity government that was ushered in 2015. 7 is a powerful number, symbolizes wisdom, self-awareness, and intuition. So at 7, this Team Unity administration is wiser, we are self-aware, and of course we are intuitive, though we do not throw to the window any rationalization of issues. So on this 7th anniversary, I am proud to participate in this public discourse of the performance of my government during those 7 years. This evening I will focus primarily on housing, since so many persons have been telling me it is topical. I superintend over that ministry, the Ministry of Human Settlement. And under this, we have the Housing Ministry, and of course, NHC is a part of that ministry. So first and foremost, housing, which is a subset of the Ministry of Human Settlement, will be my focus. When the Team Unity government took office, NHC had been serving from 1996 to 2015. That's almost 20 years. During that period, NHC engaged in the construction of homes, and at that point, at the end of 2014, the data showed that NHC had reached somewhere between 1945, over which they were directly governing, and 2008, which were under Carifesta, Development Bank, and other institutions. Since then, the National Housing Corporation, under this Team Unity administration in those 7 years, has added 504 homes in this federation, at least on St. Kitts. They are broken down, and forgive me for putting them by constituency. In constituency number 1, we have delivered 50. In constituency number 2, we have delivered 73. In constituency number 3, we have delivered 35. In constituency number 4, we have delivered 75. In constituency number 5, we have delivered 59. In constituency number 6, we have delivered 21. In constituency number 7, we have delivered 65. And in my own constituency, constituency number 8, we have delivered 126. This is a significant achievement in this short period, given the fact that from early 2020, we have been plagued by the pandemic, which has disrupted life as we knew it, causing much of the sector to be slow in producing homes during that particular period. So I am pleased that in my own constituency, if I may go there, that in St. Peter's alone, we can claim 68 homes have been affected by construction under the National Housing Corporation. 68 in St. Peter's. I've spoken about those numbers, 504, and these do not include 24 units at Ponds near the bus terminal. They are one-bedroom studio apartments, and there are 24 of them. This number of which I spoke, do not include 15 Petrocasas homes, which the Prime Minister earlier mentioned will be delivered on Friday. So those two numbers together mean that another 39 families will benefit from the work of the Team Unity administration. But apart from what's taking place at NHC, and there's much to talk about that NHC is engaged in, you'll notice that I did not mention the HELP program. There is Liamiga Housing, which we have engaged to meet the needs of the middle income homeowner who would not ordinarily qualify for homes through the NHC program. This company, which is headed by a local entrepreneur, Mr. Dion Daniel, has already begun work in the area of Keyon and will continue work through Tabernacle, Sandy Point, and West Farm. This company intends to build over 150 homes, putting more than $160 million into the economy over the next 4 to 5 years. At this point, I would like to congratulate the entrepreneur, Dion Daniel, for rising to the task, rising to the challenge that has been given to him to deliver to the middle-income homeowner. And I should spend a minute on the middle-income homeowner because there are many individuals who usually apply for homes from National Housing Corporation whose income is beyond what National Housing Corporation would normally entertain. And yet they may be challenged to get the banks, the financial institutions, to provide them with a loan to build what I will consider to be their dream home. Those persons in that middle who are usually faced with that dilemma should find it easy to approach Liamiga Housing that will provide them with a home completed and semi-furnished with a steady monthly income which will not attract any more than 2.5% on that investment. It is, in my view, a steal. It is, in my view, something that all young people, especially those who are returning from university and starting their families, to take advantage of. But apart from Liamiga Housing, TDC has been engaged, and we have engaged TDC and facilitated them. And at Duas, TDC has embarked on a housing program that will be for middle to upper income persons in our society. I invite you, I was there, all of the facilities are in, and I invite you to take advantage of that opportunity that TDC is providing with its home at Duas. At the moment, the ministry is looking at applications from several companies, and we do encourage local companies to get engaged. Those two companies in particular that with which we are having discussions, I will not name them, but I will say that they should be close to getting responses from the government based on the questions that they have asked for duty-free and other concessions, and I look forward to them joining in the construction of homes in our federation. The Prime Minister did speak about Petrocasas. PDB has been involved with our housing program as well, and I should point out that in Bastia, on Wellington Road, you have seen 24 units, really very attractive, and I was inside with some of them recently, and they are really very accommodating to a small and medium-sized family. And while 24 have already been distributed, there is another 6 being built on the same compound, which means that 6 more families will be accommodated there. That is added also to the 24 that I mentioned earlier. The Prime Minister mentioned, and I will just restate, that 800 applicants benefited during this time, this 7-year period, from duty-free concessions on building materials. It is a program that has been available to those who have made applications, and the Team Unity Administration has accommodated every application that has been made under that program. Of course, further, the government itself sponsored a program for public servants, at which millions of dollars, the first sum was 30 million, that was put in the development bank for public servants to benefit from. They had duty-free concessions up to $350,000 if you're a single person, and if you're a couple, up to $500,000. I trust that public servants have taken advantage of that opportunity. But I will return to NHC because I heard the question posed at some point, how do you own a home from NHC? I want to suggest that one of the things any person who wants to own a home should do is to begin to save. My good friend on my left likes me to say, be thrifty. Begin to save. Demonstrate that you can put aside monthly a sum that will be put towards the owning of your home. It is the single largest investment you'll probably make in your lifetime, and therefore you should take it seriously. But through NHC, make an application. You make an application to National Housing Corporation, and the details would be sought by the team at NHC, and you will find that your application may be met and should be met positively. There are some persons in the country who have land allocated to them in their possession, and some who have some savings of their own. I think that you are a good candidate for getting funding for your home. Why? Because you may have the savings and you may not be able to attract a bank loan. And where does that leave you? It means that you're a good candidate for NHC to work with to own your own home. Those persons without land, we have 1 or 2 areas, and certainly we'll be working with the Ministry of Sustainable Development to obtain land so that we can do some clusters here and there. When that is done, again, because of your application, you will be afforded the opportunity to own your own home. Apart from that, NHC has built for the poor and indigent. For the poor and indigent. The poor and indigent has benefited. We have some homes in St. Peter's, in Parry, and you can see how they have benefited from our program. I think we've had a limited time to give our opening statement, and I stand ready to answer any questions on housing and on any other aspects of my ministries, which the moderator Jackie announced earlier. So I will close by saying that this Team Unity Administration in 7 years has done marvelous work. I will say second to none. The former leader of PAM and Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, now deservedly elevated to the national hero status, said something which has remained with me. He said the sum total of our individual efforts working together is far greater than our individual working alone. So at this 7th anniversary, I believe those words still ring true. It is an opportunity for us to work together and respond to the needs of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis for another 7 years and another 7 years. Thank you.